So we just had a big windstorm and I haven't been in the garden for quite a while. And this is what's happened when you leave your cushions out. So the wind was strong enough to knock over this pot. You can see most of our leaves have been blown off the trees. So yeah, just got to do a little bit of cleanup out here. Left it a little bit too long. Also just wanted to say I've pulled out this edge on that garden border just a little bit and put some paper and cardboard over the grass. So hopefully by spring it'll be ready to plant in. And the point of that is I had all this paper that I was going to shred. So I thought, why not use it in the garden? So I can put compost or mulch over that, and by spring it'll be deteriorated and the grass hopefully will be dead underneath and it'll be good to plant in. So I'm debating making this long border into one long line, or if I should do curbs. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, we just had a very windy storm. And I should say what not to do in the garden. I watched Fraser Valley Rose Farm video and they said that they should cut off the tops of these long limbs for your roses because the wind will blow them and they might crack. So we had a pretty heavy windstorm and they didn't crack, but I think I should probably do that because those are pretty tall. Also have one here as well that's pretty tall. So a few garden tasks. I've been super busy at work, haven't even stepped foot out here in quite some time. But now might be a good time to do that and also do some cutting back. This poor plant, I never had time to plant it. Theoretically it's not too late, but yeah, I've got to do some cleanup out here first. So we're making progress, and what I've done is I found out that this was actually super light, and that's probably why it tipped over. So because it was under a covered area, that's probably why it wasn't getting rain. So I put some water in them. I'm actually surprised this juncus is still looking as good as it is. So what I've done is I've moved them from over on this side over here next to the house where it's a little bit more protected, and I've moved it from under the covered area of the patio to the open area. So you can see here that we have a covered area and an uncovered area, and because it will be now under the uncovered area, it will get rain, so I won't have to worry about watering these. So that's kind of set it and forget it for the winter. I did for now put this plant, which is hardy in my zone, just tucked it back there for now. Hopefully I'll get a chance to plant it. I somehow doubt it, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. These three usually are herb planters. I've just emptied the top one because it actually had a dead bird in it. So unfortunately, so I've emptied that one out, but the other two I've just left. And I'm just going to leave them here because that's out of sight. No one will see them here. So I'll put them against the house. I'm just going to put some bricks in there so it doesn't blow away. And I was going to empty these two out, but they actually have some plants growing in them, and I'm not sure what they are, but I'm very interested. So I don't know what this is, but it looks like maybe a cedar of some kind. So I'm just going to leave that. And there's a flower on this plant. And this one as well. This looks like the same type of plant. Because I don't know what they are, I just figured, you know what, I was going to empty them, but I'll just leave them and see what happens in the spring. So again, they're tucked up against the house. I've got bricks under them for drainage, and they should be fine there until spring. And I think it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with them. Worst comes to worst, I'll just dump them out in spring and won't be out anything. And yeah, like I said, these look kind of ugly, but they're going to be, no one will see them because nobody comes out here in the winter. So that's the good thing. I've also, this is kind of my winter interest pot here. So I'm going to leave that because there's a boxwood in it. So it looks really cute in the winter. And I really like having these rolling plant stands underneath because it makes it really easy to move these around. These ones are quite heavy. So I've got a boxwood in here as well. I've just got to cut back the sweet potato vine, these, I think I had a Bordeaux Supertunia, So I just got to cut these back around the boxwood at some point, dump those, and then that one will be good to go for winter. And hopefully this boxwood's looking not as great as the other one, but hopefully it'll be okay. And these marks are from the bricks that held up those herb planters, but usually the rain just washes that away, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, so what we have is cleaned up quite a bit. And the other advantage of this is I won't have to water it, it'll get rain, it's protected by the side of the house, and also it'll give me something to look at, something nice out of the window to look at, which is nice. This herb planter has been just here, it gets rain because it's exposed, and this one has thyme and oregano in it. The basil in the middle has gone, but the thyme and oregano are still looking pretty good, so I think I'm just going to leave that where it is. This pot I'll eventually just clean out and probably just leave that where it is. This one was exposed on the other side, and this was basil, which has gone over, basil I believe has gone over, and this is mint. So I've just moved that to the covered area. These are annuals, so I've just moved that here. I'm just going to leave that, and then next year we'll probably replant it up. And slowly you can see I have moved all of the cushions off. And like, we don't use the barbecue in the winter, so what I've done is I've pushed the table back. These chairs are not stackable, but I did the best I could. I don't think they'll blow anywhere in the wind. I've locked those in. I've put this small seating area on top. It's pretty heavy, so I don't think it'll blow anywhere, but it'll be covered from the rain, which is good because I was noticing tiny bits of rust. So just it's under a covered area. It'll be protected in the winter. These are some more stacked patio chairs. I've moved this bench kind of back where hopefully it won't get rained on, or very little rain, because you can see there's getting a little bit of rust on it as well. This is a teak bench and planter combo, and I've put that on there. It's got bricks inside, so it's not going anywhere, so it'll hopefully stay relatively dry during the winter. And over here I've got this, this is where I store all my cushions in the winter. So you can see they fit all in there quite nicely. There's a little bit of extra space in there for, you know, some bags and some fertilizer that I won't need till next year. And you might ask why I'm not putting these in the bags and then storing them. It's because we have stink bugs, and they like to overwinter anywhere they can. So the less space I give them to overwinter, the better. So what I do is I just put them in that chest, and then I'm just gonna shove this over all the way. It's pretty light, so protect it as much as possible from the rain, which kind of comes in a little bit over this way. So very little rain is gonna get into those cushions. And I do have this patio umbrella, and what I do is I just usually lay it over top here, and it's usually fine. It just doesn't get very wet that way. So it's protected a little bit, just like that. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just kind of tucked in behind the barbecue there. It doesn't interfere with the gas line. And that's that. And that's pretty much winterized. Yeah, so this is all covered. Won't get very much rain. Won't blow around anywhere. That I'm gonna dump out. The pots are all in places where they will get rain or snow, so they'll be fine till next year. So that's pretty much it. Everything has been organized for winter. Doesn't look the prettiest, but nobody really comes out here in winter, so that's fine. This planter, you know, we've just had it for years. It's pretty ugly. So next spring I probably will dump it. It's just that the chives in there, they just come back every year. We don't touch them, we don't do anything, and they just come back every year. So it's kind of like, if it ain't broke, why fix it? But yeah, I might at least paint that or something so it's at least nicer color. But yeah, so that's the patio winterized.